This is the part that I want to share some thoughts about the fall equinox, the eclipse, and the fall season. So, the first thing we need to do, in my opinion, is always know what time is it? What time is it? So, this is the time of late summer into fall. And the late summer was a season of holding, and fall is the season of releasing. If we don't hold, digest, process, look at, inventory, acknowledge, whatever word is good for you in that holding stage, then it'll be harder for you to release. So between now and the 22nd, we're in the final days of late summer. We're in the final days of holding. Second thing I want to say is that summer, late summer, are very outward, productive, spreading, increasing, young, masculine. There's a lot of words that you could use to try to evoke the energy of summer. Fall, which is where we're moving into, is a time of decrease. Once that equinox goes past 2:19 p.m. East Coast time, we are officially on the decrease. The decrease where each day there'll be more darkness than light. We're officially, and with the loss of that sunlight is a reduction of energy. And it's good. It's not to be fought, to be resisted. Instead, it's what is the gift of the decrease of light and the decrease of energy. So this soul journey, this time that we take together, is an opportunity for us to notice or even desire, where do we want to see decrease in our lives? Where do we see decrease happening? And where do we want decrease to happen? Every soul journey, I should say every soul journey, all the fall equinox soul journeys have eclipses involved with them. So this fall soul journey, the eclipse that's happening is a solar eclipse, and it's happening in the zodiac sign of Virgo. It's a partial eclipse. We're not going to see it in North America. But what's special about eclipses is that they tend to be triggers, or let's just call them triggers, of endings and beginnings. Chapter endings, chapter beginnings, reversals, plot twists. And when we are experiencing eclipses together in a soul journey community, we have a special kind of attention that we're bringing to this. We're bringing the attention of wholeness, holiness, expectation that what this is ultimately for our highest good, or ultimately in the evolution of our planet, our communities. So what we can hold, what we can view with those glasses in a community, sometimes we can view it from that perspective more authentically and strongly when we're in community than when we're by ourselves, sort of watching a wave happen and maybe getting tumbled over by whatever the ending reversal is. And then the other thing to say is not every one of us will maybe have as powerful an ending or reversal as others, because we're all in different season stages of our lives. Some of us have already made major changes, so we're in this period of consolidating. But what's cool is that if you're not in the middle of a big sweeping wave of change, you can be a powerful holder and supporter for people who are in the middle of something really big, by holding the perspective that this happens in the life of everyone and everything on the planet. There's a season of decrease, there's a season of reversal, ending, beginning. What's the eclipse that's coming up is going to give us a chance to see what is normally hidden, see what might be normally out of our view. Again, it's the power and the quality of our attention and our intention that helps us to do this. And we do this better in community than we do by ourselves. To see what is normally hidden. So I've said this already. I'll say it again. Fall is a season of decrease. And I want to share the story of my acupuncturist who's from China. And I went to her one of the first times I ever went to her. She said that my energy was low. She's like, "Oh, your energy is really low." And at the end of my appointment, I said, "What can I do to increase my energy?" And she says, and she said to me, "I practice traditional Chinese medicine. We don't look at what can I add in. We look at what can you take away." And I was like, wow, that is different because I'm ready to add something in to solve the problem. And the same acupuncturist, she's probably 50 or maybe a couple years more or less in that range. And her practice is very successful in our town. It's just a lot of people want to see her, and we're always trying to get, are there any cancellations? So I said to her, I said, because you have so much demand, maybe you should increase your practice. Maybe you should scale up, have another acupuncturist in. And she said to me, she said, "No, at this stage in my life, this is not the stage to be increasing and building up, because here she is now, she's 50. This is a stage for her to hold where she's at and to decrease, to move into decrease." So I share that with you because there is great opportunity in decrease. There's great opportunity in decrease. There might be more energy in decreasing. There might be more money in decreasing. There might be more friendships, more love in your life when you flow, when you practice decreasing. But in our overculture, decreasing is so often looked at as failure. You did something wrong, you know, that job, the grant money ran out, you didn't get elected, you know, your kid is sick, you did something wrong. And our tendency is to want to double down and work even harder. And another way to be with it is to decrease, is to say, what can I let go of? What is going? To look and notice what is going in my life already. Or where do I want, what do I want to decrease? If I wasn't afraid, where would I accept or welcome decreasing? Which brings me to the story of decreasing, allowing yourself to feel into this. What do I want to let go of? What do I really want to let go of? Usually there's some fear in that one. But so decreasing often necessitates trust or faith. So I want to tell the story of the Landslide Song. So I started that song with the version by Baby Rose, who was playing in the Pacific Northwest exactly on my birthday. And so back in June, I just decided I have to go see Baby Rose. Why not? I never fly to the Pacific Northwest. I never have flown anywhere for a concert. I can give myself permission to do this. Even though she was playing in New York, which is only a train ride away, same time zone, town hall, I did not want to go to New York. I was like, I felt nothing in me heading to New York. But there was all this openness, and I'm wearing this orange. It was almost like this orange light saying, over here, not to come over here. And so I said, yes. And then I started texting my friends, the people who I learned the song from. It was a women's retreat, carload of people. Do you want to come with me to Seattle? People are like, yes. Everybody was like, yes. I was like, wow, everyone's a yes. This is so great. And slowly, as we got closer and closer to the concert, everybody was, can't make it. Can't do it. Sorry to cancel. It was like, no. And even the people in Seattle couldn't make it because some people, some organization had bought up the tickets and jacked up the price. And they were like, nah, I can't pay that. Mm-mm. It ended up that going to Baby Rose was just me, not just, was me and Michael, my partner, husband, frequency mate, because he bought the tickets early and we're coming from way out and he knew I wanted to do it and he did not want the tickets to sell out. So he bought his tickets early and we got them at a great price and everybody else canceled. So I started thinking, wow, disappointment, a little bit, what's wrong with me? My friends not really like me enough or love me enough. And I got on the plane to Seattle and with a big, carrying a big load, holding something very big, a big heartbreak. And I was journaling about all the feelings and I was realizing, oh, when I go to Seattle area, I need to grieve this heartbreak. And it just so happens my friend Katie, who's also a queen in the Mother Tree community, I was going to be staying with her on a river. And I was like, Katie's a good person to go to if to help me grieve, to hold the space. And so I let go of everybody's coming and then nobody's coming to, oh, okay, the real gift here is that I'm going to get to grieve this heartbreak with this special person who has this gift for holding grief and allowing grief to flow. I get there and Katie's not available. She has to go to work. But her husband, her partner, I can take you to here. And let's go here to this tree. Let's go to this forest. Let's go to this very family friendly walk that has me huffing and puffing. And I realize, oh my God, I'm being so healed by this mountain and by these trees, this forest, this lichen, this moss. And her partner is I'm going to do my thing over here. When you're ready, we'll move on. Anytime you want to stop, this is for you. I was like, wow. And it was such a gift. So letting go of what I thought I was coming in the Pacific Northwest for to what was actually there. And what was there was so much healing. What was there was so much healing from unexpected places. So, over the course of our soul journey together, we're going to identify what we're holding and what we're decreasing, what is going, what we would like to release. And then on the day of the equinox, we're going to do a ceremony to actually release. So, between now and Monday, which is when the equinox is, we're in this space, this liminal space of holding, noticing what's ready to go, what we're not ready to go of, but we think would be good if we could be ready to go of, all of that.